Oh, that bumper. Oh, Valkyrie. So, it's been a long time since I did a video again. Seem to make a habit of this, but figured I'd give an update on what's been going on and show off some new things. So I've been having a lot of personal stuff go on along with some home renovations. Just had this nice little patio poured and this patio cover installed. They just finished up today and I'm pretty pleased with it. Got a fan mounted up under there the other day. Little remote control deal. Very nice. I don't even remember if I've ever shown this thing in a video, but this is a new addition to the family. It's a 66 Bronco. You'll be seeing some videos on it in the near future of some work that we got to do to it. Power steering's first on the list. We got some polyurethane body mounts. It needs some sheet metal work on the floor pans. It needs some shifter adjusting. It's originally a 160. It's got a 200 in here now, inline six with 3-speed on the column. The shifter linkage the shift linkage is not in the best of shape. We did adjust it, it's a lot better, but it's still not perfect. But it also needs to be completely rewired. On my shop, if you can see this little section back here, that is a 8-foot extension that I had added on, so I can have some room for my new toys that I've barely used. Also, needed to make room for this massive new US General Series 3 tool chest. I'm gonna love this thing. Started off originally wanting these little magnetic Swan Lake socket organizers. These here and these here. Then I got attached to these Ernst socket organizers, which these are super nice. The downside of these is they only have, the set numbered sockets. So if you have anything bigger than 20 mil, then you're shit out of luck. But that was my biggest complaint with these. These are pretty nice. I love the fact that they're magnetic. You can stick them on like side of things, and they just work. They're easy to use. These have these little slide deals that are twist lock. You just rotate and lift out, set them on, lock in place, and they can't come out. But you can push this little tab down and pull this whole tray out if you need to, and take this whole strip of sockets if you're working on something. Along with, if you just wanted to take the whole, this whole bit out of the tool chest, you can. But these are super nice. And the only downside of those is if you have a socket set that goes past the length of, I think there's a 19-inch one here. They have 2-row ones, 3-row ones, 13-inch and 19-inch. I bought the whole gear wrench set, which I haven't even taken out of the box yet, but I have impacts, 6-point and 12-point shallow and deeps of 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. And what I ran into the issue with these is some of them would actually go past the length and not be able to fit them all, so I'd have some leftover sockets. So what I ended up going with is tool grid. There you can see my impact set. You can see how long that goes. That was the problem I had. So I'd end up having to use multiple rows for the impact, which isn't a big deal, but it is a problem. Matco, I think, is who uses this tool grid. They sell these sheets of grid, and they have all sorts of things from the socket inserts to wrench, ratchet head inserts, to universal deals, to screwdrivers, you name it. And they're all held down by these little Torx screws. And this stuff, I think, is gonna be my favorite thing out of all the organization to use. Second best would be these Ernst ones. These are super nice as well. But I've still got a shit ton of sockets to organize. Don't know if I'm actually gonna leave them this way or if I'm gonna end up doing like metrics on this side, standards on that side. And as you can see, my drawers don't want to stay open because there's a bucket I have up front in my garage of leveling or resurfacing. My shop floor out here is not level, so I'm gonna have to pull everything off this wall. This compressor is actually gonna go, you can see this orange wire right here, I'll show you in a sec, but there's a pad on the back, I might go show you in a sec, that the compressor is actually going outside of the shop, so I won't have to deal with the noise, and it frees up some shop space. I'll do a little lean-to cover to keep it up, the rain off of for the most part, but it'll be going outside. But so on to this back area. Also got some new lighting. Installed all these LED lights, super nice. Still have my originals over there in the corner, this, and I've got these two that were in the middle right here. I might mount those in these back corners if I need light more back here, or eventually there'll be a weld table I'll build over here, and these will get moved to like this wall somewhere. But weld station, I'm gonna have my welders here, a weld table here, AC unit of course, got my air, I got the lathe that'll go here, got the mill here, and obviously my shelf full of all my fluids, lubes, oils, etc. all back here. Normal workbench that eventually I'll hopefully have cleared off and actually be able to use as a workbench again. I don't know if I'll keep this toolbox once I transfer everything to that. And then what started as my paint and body bench will hopefully go back to that. Right now it's kind of a collect all junk. The fridges will probably move to where the air compressor is or somewhere over there. I will be getting a bigger panel here because this little bitty panel is in the circuits. The bigger panel is in this box. But I'll have a bigger panel go here. I'll be putting a sink here. I'm pulling more power out to this bigger panel that I'll have, and I'll be pulling some PEX out here, so I'll actually have a wash sink. I got to figure out how I'm gonna do drainage for that still. I don't know if I'm just gonna bury some PVC towards the back and dump it somewhere. So I'll probably keep my wrench wall instead of filling the toolbox up with those, just because I like the idea of a wrench wall more than drawers. And I already built this thing. I have the shadow lay where it shows the sizes already. I don't have them on these because I don't have a whole set of my actual normal wrenches. I'll eventually get those. Right now I really only have kind of a set of the ratchetings, and then my AN wrenches and universals. But so that's where it's at now. The only thing we got left to do still is I got a trench. I'm gonna pull more power out here, a thing of PEX. I'm also burying a thing of conduit. I'm gonna run some fiber out here because obviously with as much stuff as I have in here, I'm gonna want some cameras. And right now, I only have, a handful of cameras. One being, this wireless deal that I want to get wired. So I'm gonna run fiber out here so I can get everything wired. But around back, I got cleanup still to do with all this dirt shit, and this area back here. Still got to haul off all this roots and get rid of some more of this bullshit back here. But here's my little back slab. Air compressor going. Poured it oversized because eventually, whenever that compressor goes, I'll probably end up buying a screw compressor that'll be quieter and produce a lot more air. And then obviously my AC unit. So what I'll end up doing is I'll put 4x4 post, 4x4 post, and I'll have it come up and I'll roof like a little slant lean-to that I'll butt up as close as I can to the vinyl. That'll cover the AC unit as well somewhat, keep the weather off of that. But that's the plans, and that's what I've been up to. Hopefully we'll get back to work on the Mustang here soon. I know a lot of people are sub to me for the Mustang work, but just wanted to show where I'm at with things and what I've been doing. I haven't been just sitting around not doing anything. But a whole lot of stuff getting done. I needed to make room so I can get in here and actually use that bender that I bought, because I've got a roll cage to install on the Mustang, got the headliner to finish, and obviously the new motor to put in. Got the new engine dropping and all the exhaust work for it. So my to-do list is pretty full. So the next things to do are obviously going to be, I got to get the contractor to come pull up this concrete, and various other areas where they dumped or washed out the truck. They're going to come out and haul that shit off, lay down some topsoil so I can get some grass growing over this clay stuff I got. And then I got to do the modifications to this Bronco so I can move it out of the way to get the Mustang back in and go back to work on it. But yeah. I'll probably do another video once I get everything wired up. Like I said, I still got this wire back here. I got a throw box that it's going to be mounted on the outside. That wire's going to be punched through. I got to hook the lathe wiring back up because the junction box, or the little breaker box on the side, is disconnected from the motor. And then, you know, all the wiring over here is just kind of hanging because we haven't gotten the actual new breaker box put in. So once this new breaker box is put in, breakers installed, throw box to the air compressors all installed, and things get moved around, I get the floor leveled and hopefully the toolbox filled, I'll do another video showing off the final shop setup to show you how much more room I'll have in here to move around, because right now all my shit's in the floor, as you can see. I got crap pulled out over here and shit stored here, and yeah, I just got junk everywhere. But eventually, boys, we'll be back to work on things, car stuff, instead of, you know, sawing and hammering and screwing and nailing and doing carpentry work essentially. But I do have to do a little bit of carpentry work for the patio cover. I've got to build some patio chairs, and I'll probably build my own propane fire pit, or fire table, I guess you'd call it. Been watching some YouTube videos on that, so I'll probably be tackling those projects too. If anyone's interested in seeing the progress of those, let me know. I'll do a video on them as well, but there's already a bunch out there, and my video is not going to be a how-to. It's more or less going to be a here's what I made kind of thing. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And sorry for the rambling and the shitty video. I've just been kind of looking around and not watching my phone to see what I'm actually pointed at.